My name is Andre Early, host of Right Now Leaders, and we are on location at the National Society of Black Engineers Region 1 Conference, where I will be sitting down with over 20 extraordinary Right Now leaders in the field of engineering. That's what I want to do. So be prepared to be motivated.
And we're talking about what AI means for us.
By soon-to-be early career hires that are not only making an impact, but are blazing the trail for tomorrow. Right now.
My name is Jaia Ruffin. I usually go by my middle name as well, so Jaia Ruffin, because it's there, so might as well use it.
Just for the record,
yeah.
I'm related to a Ruffin, but go ahead.
Which one, David Ruffin?
What you know about David Ruffin?
I'm related to David Ruffin, so that's why I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, we can get into that offline.
Yeah. Offline combo.
Yeah. So my name is Jaia Ruffin. Mm-hmm. I am a graduate of Clarkson University with my Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering. I had 2 minors, one in Sustainable Solutions for the Developing World, and the other one was in Environmental Policy. And I've been a part of NSBE as a collegiate student, briefly as a NSBE junior member, I think my senior year in high school, and then also as a professional. I am the Rochester NSBE Professionals Chapter President. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, but I did move to Rochester, New York for work, and I'm currently working as a water resource engineer at Arcadis.
Water resource?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so you found yourself, what sparked an interest in environmental?
Yeah, so I will say that I've always been the kind of person to be passionate about the environment and sustainability. I was always the one telling my mom what goes in the correct recycling bins and things like that. And I always loved plants and gardening. And for a while, I didn't know what I wanted to do, especially in high school. I knew I liked working with my hands. I knew I liked math and science and STEM, and just kind of figuring that out. Originally, I thought I wanted to be a mechanic because I was like, oh, you're working with your hands all the time. But I found out about environmental engineering my junior year and found out that was something I could study full-time and not just have it be a concentration or a minor or some subsidiary of civil engineering. So that's kind of what got me into it. When I was in middle school, I did have the opportunity to go to Eleuthera, which is an island in the Bahamas, and they have an island school there teaching people about sustainability and environmental conservation and rainwater collection and just reducing your waste consumption. And that really sparked the passion, and I was like, I want to do this forever. So that's what kind of got me into it.
So this is a very, very specific field.
Very niche, yes.
Very. So how in the world did you navigate, this space, knowing, and I already know, you were probably the only one that looked like you in the room?
Ooh, I will say Clarkson University is a PWI, a predominantly white institution. It was very small. We were just talking about this, me and some other people offline, but you kind of knew everybody who looked like you. You knew their first name, maybe their last name, what they were studying, because there weren't that many. But I would say in my specific field, studying it in that school, I was probably the only person who looked like me. I think maybe 1 to 2 other people who were specifically black women in that field, but not a lot of diversity, I will say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how has the experience been? Currently, you did mention that you're in Rochester.
Yeah.
You're on your career path.
Yeah.
Talk to me. How has it been thus far?
The journey, or just like the
journey?
The journey has been pretty good. It's been okay. It hasn't been too, I will say that it always has its challenges. I always have the worries in the back of my mind about, showing up as my true authentic self. Right now I have my hair in braids, but I usually have it in an afro. And even coming to work, I was like, I know there's like the Crown Act and everything, but I'm like, okay, I want to be sure that I can show up authentically every day. One time I wore Bantu knots and I was like, oh my gosh, is this pushing the boundary a little bit? But I think what I've found is just showing up consistently in my authenticity has helped, and being a part of organizations like NSBE has also helped, because you see people who look like you and you find more people who are even if they're in other spaces who are studying similar things or the same thing, and you can see how they're showing up as their authentic self, and that can be an aspiration or inspirational from me. And that kind of has helped me, is like, okay, I can see myself being a successful Black woman in STEM and continue to be an inspiration for future generations, and that's what I try to do as much as I can.
Awesome. I don't know if you have any younger cousins or younger siblings,
Yeah.
but you do know that they are observing you.
Yeah, no, my brother right now, thankfully, he listened to me because I told him he was passionate about architecture, and I, from NSBE, knew some students at Cornell University, and I was like, they have a great architectural program, and I'm going to shout him out. His name is Tristan Ruffin Williams, and he is currently a freshman at Cornell University studying architecture and design on a great scholarship, and he almost didn't apply because he was like, what are you doing, Jaya? This is a 7% acceptance rate. You're trying to set me up to fail. And I'm like, no. I'm trying to encourage you to at least try, and worst they can say is no, and you have great backups, but if you can get in, then you get in. So now he's there, and I'm like, great. Moving forward, you're doing your thing.
Big sis did what she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I love it. So for you, right, you're well on your way.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would tell a younger Jaya just entering into college, or just a freshman that can relate to you?
Yeah.
What would you leave with them as a nugget of wisdom of some sort?
Okay, a nugget of wisdom I would say is to be curious and kind of maintain that curiosity. Ask questions always, and don't be afraid to be the voice, even if you're like, no one else is asking these questions. If somebody else is probably thinking the same thing you're thinking. So constantly continuing on the path of exploration and just continuing to be curious, and that will kind of take you further in life and continue to open up doors and opportunities. And if you don't ask the question, if you don't network with people, and if you don't engage, you're never going to build a community and have people supporting you along the way, because it's not just a one-man journey. You got to have that community. So.
Have that. It's a whole village concept. It's a whole community that it allows us to not only stand on the shoulders of those that were before us, but continue reaching.
Yeah.
And that's what it's really all about. So how has the NSBE experience been?
This year or in general?
And let's say this year first.
This year, I will say, for me as a professional and kind of navigating that space, especially in the Rochester area, just trying to gain more momentum with encouraging professionals to stay active, and kind of doing a lot of outreach with the collegiate chapters and PCI, so that we're not just networking with each other, but we're giving back. Actually, last year at the National Convention, our Rochester chapter got recognized and got an award for our collegiate initiatives, which was great because we had only been back in business for about a year. So really proud of that.
Under your leadership, okay.
Yeah. Under my leadership, you know.
I love it.
But no, I think this year has been pretty good, and I've been able to connect with a lot of students and just meeting new professionals and continue to expand my own network. So it's been good.
All right. Well, look, you're on your way.
Thank you.
This is amazing. Something just came up.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on, that's beyond our control.
Right.
How has that impacted what you do as it relates to other things that people say that don't exist? Climate change.
Climate change does exist. We will start there. But I will say, and am I allowed to say what you're hinting at verbally, or am I not allowed to say that because you'll have to edit it out anyway? Well, let's just assume we know what we're talking about.
There we go.
I will say that I have seen it negatively impact certain aspects within like the workspace. I know my company in particular, we do have affinity group communities, and like I'm a part of the Black Employee Network within my internal company. But I have seen certain rollbacks and things that have been said. I know people who have been studying under a STEM program, and due to the things that are happening, that program got cut. It's no longer a STEM program. It's no longer what they were originally going for. And I've even noticed it on the collegiate level, where a lot of universities are not funding certain chapters because it's a part of what we're talking about. So I've seen it negatively impact, and it's been a lot of people trying to overcome that challenge and navigating through their professional life and their work life as well as their student life. So it's a struggle, I will say. I'm glad that people who are here today were able to come and show up anyway and still continue to march on. But I am, frankly, like a little worried. It's something that is concerning because you want to make sure that that's still, like, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging are at the forefront of everything that everyone does. So hopefully that becomes something that is, like, stays at the forefront.
Absolutely. I think, I mean, just from my perspective, and you know, I'm at the tail end of, you know, my career journey.
Yeah.
I'm trying to retire.
Yeah.
In a few, right. So, but I'm looking at, you know, the whole narrative.
Okay.
Right. It's always been about access.
Yeah.
That's really what it's all about.
Right.
So if we're allowed access,
Yeah.
then maybe, you know, it's one of those, we can show you better than we can tell you.
Right.
You know,
I
but
agree.
you have to allow us in.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, the common thread.
Yeah.
With all this.
And that goes back to just, like, creating your network, because if you know people who are in and they can help bring you up, not to say it's their responsibility, but then it's also it kind of, you can lean on people in your community, so you're not trying to take that journey on your own and starting from scratch, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this, I shared this earlier as well. You know, it's one of those things, we have to remain focused. Yeah. We have to remain consistent.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing that when it comes to us, they can't take away our resilience.
Yeah, that's a good word.
You know, so continue just that path that you're on, because you're doing some amazing work. I already know. I feel it, and you know, I'm learning a lot just being here and just getting exposed to what NSBE is all about. Right. And you know what? Have at it. Yeah. I look forward to seeing the LinkedIn updates.
Oh yeah, I'll be posting this on LinkedIn too. You know, I'll tag you and everything.
Awesome. Yeah. Jaya, thank you for taking this time for us to have this conversation. Yeah. And keep it up.
Thanks. Well, I appreciate you guys talking.
But are blazing the trail for tomorrow, right now.